The more I read this Bible, the more I realize that, for one save, always save is false. And for two, it's a race, man. It really is a race, because it's like running a 5K race, and at any time you can decide that you're not running anymore. You know what I mean? So you can always, turn your back and go the other way. Now, the race is ran by faith, and that means that those that are in the race, in order to run it, you're called to walk by faith. You know what I mean? And there's so many people that don't walk by faith. You know what I mean? And there's so many people that also want to be in the race but not run it and still get the prize at the end. It's pretty deep. The more you read, man, you get to read Revelations, man. I believe it's chapter 3 when Jesus was talking to that church. I believe it was Laodicea, and he was saying that, man, y'all got some good things going, but y'all are also missing some things, and y'all need to fix these things before I come and I basically take away your church, but you still got some people. You do have some that are running their race, and they'll be with me. You know what I mean? And I don't think people like to look at that. You know what I mean? When you read the book of Revelations, you're going to see things like Jesus warned one church. He said, basically was telling them, keep the faith, don't worry about the because you're about to go through some trials and some tribulations here in a minute. And you're going to I believe he said you're going to get thrown in prison, and keep the faith until death, be prepared to endure to the end. And that's what this thing is. It's enduring to the end. It's keeping the faith to the end. And if it was once saved, always saved, then that means that at some point you can stop keeping the faith, but you're still good. You know what I mean? And I'm afraid we teach that. I think we, not intentionally, but we teach that just by teaching once saved, always saved. Your eternal security is in you running your race. It's in you keeping the faith. It's in you responding to life in faith. It's in you living by faith regardless of what comes to you. That's your eternal security. It's those people that should be confident, in their salvation. And, if you're worried about whether you're saved or not, are you running your race? Are you running your race, or are you doing something different? You know what I mean? There's a lot of different things you can do. There's so much entertainment and stuff. There's a lot of different things you can do with your life, but what are you doing them for, right? Are you doing them for yourself? Are you idolizing that thing? Or are you doing it for God? Are you doing it so that it glorifies God? That's something that's important that we need to take account of, our motive in everything that we do. What are we doing it for? Because if you really got to think about it, I believe it's, I'm reading First Peter right now, and it's saying that we were returned back to Jesus Christ, which would mean that we belong to him, and then we didn't, and then we belong to him again. And so we have to call to remembrance the fact that we were created for God, by God, for God. So we were never intended to do things for ourselves. We weren't created for ourselves. So if we're doing things for ourselves, for people to look at us a certain way, for people to, lift us up, for anything that is outside of doing it for the glory of God, so that God can get the glory and bring more people to himself, we need to really revisit those things, and just bring them into the submission of the word of God, man. Peter also says that, First Peter also says that it's by the word of God that we grow. And that's nutrients for your faith. So that's like electrolytes during your race. In order to survive this race, it's a long race. So in order to run well, you need your nutrients, man. You need your nutrients. This thing is by faith, man. Walk it out by faith. and work out your own salvation, man, with fear and trembling. There's so much in the Bible, and a lot of people say a lot of things that if you actually read it, you would not say that. It's crazy. It's crazy. But man, y'all be blessed. Y'all be encouraged. I'm gonna get me some food. Peace.